So did you know that the natural gas might actually beat out hydrogen and electric in this next energy race that we're in? I was just on the phone with my dad this morning, and he's an engineer who's spent decades building all those underground systems in the gas stations, companies like Chevron out here in primarily California. There was some once where we went to Hawaii here and there because he was there when I was a kid, and that was like the best ever. He's working most of the time, but he found the time. It was good. But here's the thing, gases can be pollutive. They're trying to cut down on the carbon. And right now we got some focus on this. We have a trade we opened up this morning as well in Redwire. It was about $46 profit so far. And we also caught a move earlier this week, 17% on Big Bear AI. If you want to learn how to trade these kinds of opportunities in the AI markets, join us live every morning. Click the second link in the description or go to cash2assets.com/stockmate and I'll send you a free t-shirt when you join. So I asked my dad after I asked him all these questions about, he's worked on tons of Chevrons and things. And I said, hey, is hydrogen a real thing? He said, no, not hydrogen. Hydrogen's actually fizzling out. It's not cost efficient for the gas companies. It's not as efficient for the local communities and everything else. And natural gas is. In natural gas, you see buses, you see trucks, all these things that are getting powered by the natural gas. And this company we're looking at here is exactly that. They are CE, Clean Energy. They're focused on renewable natural gas, decarbonization in the fast lane. Now, they have some focuses that, I know people that like driving Teslas, they like driving Teslas. That's what it is, right? But I'll tell you, this is interesting because it does seem like there is some competition here for the renewable energy strength in the markets. So one thing to note about this company when we're going into where they were at, when I was talking to my dad, he said, oh, I know that company. Apparently he had bought the stock back in 2020, and it was one of the stocks that he bought that made the biggest moves he's ever seen after initial buy, which it was about $2 a share up to at one point about $20 a share. And this was back in 2021 when it made that move. Now we see here that it has sold off since then, and it's down here to some lows of $1.30, levels we haven't seen in over 5 years. And these levels now we start to see it uptrending, markets giving it some attention, and it's in this kind of consistent uptrend. So outside of the downtrend that it's been in, it's actually getting some momentum. So we're going to get into, I'm going to go over the market. First thing is the market. When we're looking at clean energy, at least from firsthand, when I was talking with people that work in this sector and actually like build the underground systems or the above ground systems, they're telling me that hydrogen is kind of out. It's not going to be as big as people think, that the companies are not focusing on it. One of the reasons is natural gas energy. They can put in lines, they can run them to the local communities. People can power their stoves, things like that. Hydrogen, it doesn't convert well into the actual homes of people around. So there's a lot of renewable things there. The actual output, CO2, carbon, all of that. This is a lot more. Efficient for the decarbonization in this industry. And you can see they say decarbonization in the fast lane. When we're looking at the company, there's one thing that you have to look at, which is the sustainability factor is one thing, but the actual partners are another thing. They got Amazon, FedEx, you could see Portland, you got Knight Transportation. I've seen these trucks. How many of you guys seen these trucks before? Republic Services, the shipping trucks. I'm sure I've seen it in a trip across the country or just driving on 80 here in near Sacramento. Coca-Cola is there, Air Gas is there, you got Estes as well. So these are transport companies. I've seen them before. You got quite a few here. You've probably seen these shipping and logistics companies. So with their focus, one of the things that you might not realize about the company is the financials actually look pretty good. Since they're at a low now, $593 million market cap is pretty small, because when you look at their revenue, they're bringing in about $100 million per quarter. That indicates that they're in a pretty good place in the market. Not only that, they are right there next to the main source of where these natural gas deployments are happening. They're actually right there because I was talking with my dad and I said, they're in Newport Beach. He said, I know they're in Newport Beach. They're right here. They're right next to it. Do you want me to go over the headquarters, take some photos? I said, yeah, interesting, right? Because they're right here, this is actually where a lot of the initiative is happening here in California. So revenue, $100 million a quarter, very consistent there. They have had some net incomes negative there. You see that negative net income. I don't know if it was on paper or what that is. But then you get into their balance sheet, you see their total assets over $1 billion in total assets. And year over year, they've seen, for the most part, some increases. Just this last year, though, they're down about 3% there. But overall, pretty healthy, over $1 billion in assets and $100 million a quarter in revenue. It would make sense that their market cap could potentially get back up into that $1 billion range. And so as we look at them here, you kind of see this trend happening where they were holding below this 200-day moving average, getting rejected, getting rejected, getting rejected. When you see a company that's getting rejected by that moving average, it's bearish, it's holding below. When we see them break above, you could even see it on the smaller scale with that EMA. See that blue line? It's kind of holding below, holding below. That is indication that it's most times going to act as a resistance. Then we started to see it push up into April, maybe start to, we see some consolidation, some pushing up above that moving average. And then just recently, after this consolidation, we're looking where it's starting to retest, maybe break above this 200-day moving average, start this new trend after a sell-off, and we see it get back above the 200-day moving average again and start to make its move. So when you start to see it retest, start to breaking above that 200-day moving average, potentially that's when you look for changes in direction, something similar to what we saw here. It was selling down back in 2020. Once it broke above that 200-day moving average and really started to act more aggressive, that's when it made that run up into $5, into $10, into $11, holding above that moving average, making its way up to $20 a share. And that's where we're kind of at right now. So again, as we look at it now, I think there's some upside. I think the clean energy is pretty good. It's just a matter of also making sure that they continue. They have this thing where they're like, look at all the cows. That's a big part of the carbon, right? You can see renewable natural gas dairy projects. So they're even working with Mass Energy Works here. It's a new article. Newport Beach, California, Clean Energy Fuels Corp has announced it's broken ground on 3 renewable natural gas production facilities. Under its development agreement with Mass Energy Works, project spans 6 dairies located in South Dakota, Georgia, Florida, New Mexico, and are expected to produce approximately 3 million gallons of RNG, renewable natural gas, annually once fully operational. So you can see what it says: capturing methane from a combined herd of 24,300 cows. That's right, capturing the methane coming from the cows, preventing harmful emissions from entering the atmosphere. The RNG produced will be used to power heavy-duty trucking, transit, vocational fleets nationwide, providing a reliable supply of negative carbon fuel to Clean Energy's network of over 600 stations. They're taking the methane gas, which is, it's a huge problem. Like, what I think it is, it the number one contributor of carbon. I think it's like we can ask, what are the number one contributors of carbon? Cows and beef are primary driver of agricultural greenhouse gas emissions. While agriculture emissions are lower than sectors like transportation or electric power, they're a significant contributor to overall emissions. So let's see if we get any hard facts here. Cattle are the number one agricultural source of greenhouse gases. Okay. Methane intensive. Okay. They're the number one in agricultural. When we look at global emissions here, livestock, land use for food. Now that's just in that agricultural. 77% of livestock there. And that makes up how much? That's a hard one to calculate, I guess. goods, food, services, dairy. Dairy is there though. It's right there. It's on meat. It's travel, home, and food, meat right here. This is one of them right here. So travel, home, food, meat. They're getting into the food here, and they're getting into the actual trucks, right? So that was one of their focuses as well. So I like the focus. I like the revenue. I like to see them start to build these. I think it's actually quite smart. I think they're in a really good market. If there was any place to be doing it, it'd probably be in California. So that's one thing. And we see their revenue increase. I think they're starting to make a move here, and we're going to be potentially adding into some positions here on CLNE. Wanted to share it with you as that's what the focus has been. And we start to see them recovery here into the middle of the week here, as they've had this pretty good trend here for the last month, really. From about $1.30 to 270, they've gone up 100% over the last month or so. Really nice gain, and they're starting to get some attention here with some potential upside greater than that. So we're going to be watching them closely. CLNE is the stock, and again, not hyping it up or anything like that, just looking at the facts of where they're at, it would make sense that they're going to see some growth. So we're going to be watching them pretty closely. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. If you want to tune on into our live session tomorrow morning at Market Open, special discount for you in the second link below, where you don't have to pay a monthly subscription. It's lifetime access. Join us there at Market Open tomorrow morning, second link below. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.